my main emotion that I feel all of the time is gratitude. What we do is, I mean, this is a great job.
Everybody, please say hey to Peter Mongoya on the guitar over here. Please give it up for Kyle Schroeder on sax.
What's up, Boca Raton? Hey! Give it up for Dave Reinhardt on the drums. Come on. And then Kenny Anderson on the sax. for this band tonight, y'all? How about it for the music of David Sanborn? I agree with you there. Well, my name is Kyle Schroeder. I'm so blessed and thankful to be able to present this tribute to you guys tonight, to one of our favorite musicians and saxophone player whom we lost last year, the one and only David Sanborn. Oh yeah. We got an eclectic choice of music for you guys tonight we've curated just for this show. And we brought it down from Tampa. We've been doing this up in Tampa. And it's been a blast, and really thankful for Mark for making this happen. Crazy Uncle Mike's, Beth Rudolph for making this happen. We couldn't do it without you, and we're just getting started. It's gonna be a great night. I think some of y'all will know this one. One of my favorites. It's called Maputo. All right. You guys feeling warmed up out there? All right, we got a few. Well, let's warm it up a little more. Let me see you clap. Let me hear you clap. Hey. Nothing like a good old Sanborn shuffle. Close off our Sunday night. Actually, we're just getting started. This one's off the Up Front album. Has a cool name, just like the TV show. It's called Full House. Make some noise for Peter Mungaya. Come on now. All right, Ron, show us how it's done. A little full house. Well, we got a full house tonight, y'all. Come on. Appreciate y'all for showing up, supporting jazz in Boca Raton. It's such a pleasure being here for you guys. I'm also so lucky to be able to play this show with one of my favorite saxophone players, Kenny Anderson. We usually do a three sax thing. Me, Kenny Anderson, and Mike Scaglione, all three University of Miami graduates. Kenny graduated like, what, 2 years before me? 2. 38. Anyways, I am so thankful that University of Miami has a saxophone community. We also have one of my friends, Derek Janoff, back there, a great saxophone player in the top jazz band, University of Miami. Give it up. Oh yeah. I love the community that saxophone and University of Miami and South Florida have. We're lucky to be able to do it. Kenny Anderson's here tonight, and we're having a blast. And I'm gonna turn it over to him to do one of my favorites. by Mr. Sanborn. It's called Soul Serenade. Kenny Anderson. That was something. Oh my gosh. My soul needed that one. All right, we're going to kick it up a little bit. I'm going to need your help on this one, all right? Yeah, you got me. All right, this one's a classic. It's fun. It's called Slam. Yeah, you can clap your hands on this one. Clap. 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 Come on. Hey. y'all. I'm gonna need you to sing along with me. Come on, come on, come on. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Hey! Da 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 da. Down, 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 down. Tim, come on. Let me hear your voices now. Come on. Da 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 da. da 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 da. Let me hear you. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Just you and me, just you and me. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Y'all sound good. Come on. Little slam. All right, we're gonna keep it going. This is such a beautiful song. It's one of my favorite ballads, and Ron loved this song, by the way. This was his suggestion. Get up for Ron Reinhardt there on the keys. He's traveling with everybody: Richard Elliott, Dave Koz. You know, we're lucky to have him in Florida right now. You know, I don't know about him. I don't know. Anyways, this one's called Straight to the Heart. Thank y'all so much. All right. You know it. Hang on, what's the name of this song?
Snakes!
We got some snakes in here. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Make it funky, y'all. Hey. Mic check. I think it's working. Oh, one more time. I had to take off the jacket for that one. Peter's just making me too hot over here. Gosh. I'll come in on the second one. Just jam it out. Yeah. All right. This next one is also one of our faves. It's called Hideaway. It's a good vibe. Hope you guys enjoy. hear some keyboards, Ron Reinhardt, y'all. Come on. That's Ron Reinhardt, y'all. Come on. Thank y'all so much. That's Hideaway. Oh, yeah. Well, we like to take this time real quick to share some cool personal stories. We did this show, if you don't know about this show, we did this show once in Tampa, right around after Sanborn passed, and it was like such a special vibe up there, and so happy we could bring that here with you guys tonight. You guys are creating a special vibe here tonight. We hope to bring it back here. His music lives on forever, so the more we can play it, the more we can have fun playing it, the better, you know? So Anyways, I want to take some time here to share. We're all going to share just a little personal note about how Sanborn influenced us, because we've all on the stage have been influenced by him. And there's some cool stories. Just wait. But I'll start. I've had the privilege of meeting him twice in my lifetime. Once when I was about 16 in college was the most special time, the first time. And I was playing at a festival in Tampa called the Tampa Bay Black Heritage Festival with an artist named Ben Tankard. I was playing with him, opening it up for Sanborn. And I was able to get backstage and meet Sanborn. And man, he was so kind and so nice to me. And he gave me some great advice, which was awesome. He said, never forget that feeling of when you first picked up your saxophone. Yeah. And there's been time through my career and, growing through music that I've needed that advice to keep going. So I wouldn't be here without Sanborn, y'all. And his music is so special to me. I just am such a big fan of how he played the instrument, his voice, and I'm sure you can hear the way that all of us play on stage. Yeah. Let's turn it over to Ron Reinhardt. This guy.
I got nothing. I'm kidding. All right. First of all, thank you all for coming out. This is so awesome. Thank you all for honoring the man, the legend. This is great. This is a labor of love for us. We feel almost guilty getting paid. Almost guilty. So. Almost guilty. I was lucky enough to do the Smooth Jazz Cruise for about, 10, 15 years. And some of you might have gone on that. But I guess it was maybe my fourth or fifth year. All of a sudden, I happened to look in the, we had this like all-hands meeting where all the musicians, all the artists get together. I said, wait a minute, that guy over here looks kind of like David Sanborn. What? So they kind of secretly snuck on Sanborn at first. So I'm like, oh my gosh, no pressure there at all, So then I found out the band I was in would be backing him up. So once again, no pressure there. So anyway, he was the greatest guy. I was playing second keyboards, which meant I was doing more of the supportive stuff behind Ricky Peterson, who was his main guy for many years. So one of the years I was playing with him, I think it was my third year playing with him, I'm at the airport, Burbank Airport, and I get a phone call. It says Minneapolis. I'm like, who the hell do I know in Minneapolis? Ricky Peterson. Ron, I was in a skiing accident. I broke my wrist. Can you do all the keyboards for David Sanborn, not just second keys? I'm at the airport, like going to rehearsal, No pressure there. So anyway, I did it, and I guess, it worked out. So I got to play with him 3 or 4 years after that. But I'd be in my cabin sometimes, and he'd always want to rehearse. He'd want to practice. He'd have a new mouthpiece, new reed, something. And I'd get this phone call. The phone would ring. My wife would answer, and Laura would say, oh, my God, it's David Sanborn wants to speak to you. And, of course, I'd try to be cool, like, hi, Dave, how you doing? And he wanted me to come down and, like, just run some tunes with him so he could work out his mouthpiece or reed, whatever it was. But even at age 70-something, he was still trying to improve, trying to get better, trying to he was very self-deprecating, believe it or not, very humble. It's amazing. A legend like himself. But it was like one of the honors of my life, just to get to work with him. And as great as he was a musician, he was even a better human being. So that's all I got to say.
All right, I don't have as good a story as Ron here, my brother, but I never played with him. But no, we were out with Ron and I were out with Richard Elliott on tour, and we played this great venue called the Caravan of Dreams in Fort Worth. If anyone's been to that, it was one of the coolest venues to play. Anyway, so we got there a night early, and Dave Sanborn was playing at the same venue, so the club invited us out. Hey, y'all want to come out on your night off and see the show? And we said, nah, no. But we were like, totally, man. And he had a real strong band with him, as always. But it was probably Ricky Peterson. But he had Sonny Emery on drums, who's a, people know, badass. Sonny Emery and Richard Patterson on bass, probably Dean Brown guitar. And he had Don Elias on percussion, who was like, for me, is like, holy crap. And he played with Jocko and all these, some of my heroes or whatever. And in between shows or after the show, whatever, we went back to say hi to the guys, and the funniest thing was, like I say, it's a real tight green room there, so we were all kind of tucked in real close together. And I took a big step back, and my heel just nailed someone's foot, man. I was like, damn it, that better not be Sanborn, right? Luckily, no, it was only Don Elias, right? But, I was like, standing like, and I remember these shiny dress shoes, probably, $400 shoes or something. I'm like, shit, man, I am so sorry. Hi, I'm Dave. Nice to meet you. I just stepped on your foot, whatever. But actually, luckily, he wasn't a drummer, the bass drum, He only used his hands. But anyway, that's just my little memory. But like I say, we were so excited because we were all huge fans of Sanborn. It's like, holy shit, we can go see him, tonight on our night off, and the hotel's right across the street, so we can go see Sanborn and get inspired, and then come back, and then the next night we played, So anyway, thanks for listening. That's my little story. Don Elias, rest your soul. He passed away a couple years ago, but sorry about that. I'm the guy who stepped on your foot, Don. He's, by the way, Don Elias is from around here, of course, Miami area. Yes. Played with Joni Mitchell, played drums and percussion, Shadows and Light. Playing, yeah, he was an incredible, well-rounded guy. Here you go. Who's next?
Hello. My story starts many thousand miles away. I grew up in Denmark. I was born in Elsinore, which is where Hamlet takes place, Shakespeare. Anyhow, I'll get to that. Will make a full circle moment. But my introduction first was my sister brought a mixtape back from high school with Weather Report on one side and We Want Miles on the other side, and via that I start hearing Mike Stern. And Mike Stern, his first album is called Upside Downside, and there's a song on there called Mood Swings, actually with Jocko, I believe, on bass, and the sax playing was just absolutely righteous, and that was actually David Sanborn. And kind of like Ron, I've had the honor of playing on the Smooth Jazz Cruises, and when I played on that, I played in the band where we backed up Marcus Miller. So we actually got to play the song Maputo. It wasn't David Sanborn at the time, it was Eric Marienthal playing on that. But it's like I could have never imagined when I first started out, just the path I took to meeting all these different musicians I've been really blessed to play with. But anyhow, 23 was actually when I met Sanborn, where I actually had a chance to talk to him. I was playing a festival down in Mexico, and I was playing in a band, Mexico, yes, a house band backing up a bunch of artists. And the first day, I run down to the venue just to see what's going on, and it was David Sanborn. He had a sound check. And after the sound check, he came rolling out. His health was not that great at that point, but I just said, hey, I just really want to pay my respects. My name is Peter. I'm from Denmark. He's like, oh, where? I was like, Elsinore. He's like, I was literally just in Elsinore last month. And he was, so it was just weird, what are the chances? And kind of like Ron was touching upon, the thing that really struck me, aside from him being such a badass mother scratcher on the horn, was just his warmth, his presence. Like when he was sitting there with you, he was literally there and took the time to listen to me and hear whoa, I've been a big fan forever, blah, blah, blah. So anyhow, it's a real honor to play his music and get to hang out with some of the people he played with. I never got to play with him himself, but a lot of the rhythm section people he played with and musicians I've played with. So it's a real honor to be here, man. Thank you. Thanks so much for coming out.
All right, we'll turn it over to Tim George on bass. Come on.
Thank you, guys. Now, my story is not warm and fuzzy. I had a bone to pick with David Sanborn. If you look at my record, my criminal record is squeaky clean. Few speeding tickets, but I do have one misdemeanor. I'm in college, right? 20. It's springtime. I'm from Kansas, so I went to Kansas State University. I was with my roommates. One was a drummer, the other one was a horn player. And I had just got that Straight to the Heart record. You saved your money. You saved your beer money. You only bought one six-pack, and then you bought the record. So I did that. I went down to the store, and I'm digging in. I'm like, there it is. So I buy this record, and I take it home, and the guys are there, and it's a beautiful night. Open the windows, and we're playing the whole record. You know how you used to listen to a whole record, turn it over, and then you go back and listen and analyze it, and wait, stop that, So it's like, I don't know, 9:30, 10 p.m. And we got the windows open, and we had a killer. We actually ran it through our PA system that we practiced. So this was pumping, Marcus Miller. And we're just having fun. And I get this knock on the door. And I said, wait, guys, turn it down. Turn it off. And I heard a knock. And I go out there, and I open the door, and it's this lady cop, this little short cop. And she said, I got to tell you, the neighbors are complaining about the noise, and as I drove up here, I could hear it myself. Who lives here? And I said, well, this is where I live. And she said, your name? And I gave her my name. And she starts writing out this ticket. She didn't give me any warning. She just said, well, I could hear that bass booming all the way up the neighborhood, and so here is your ticket for disturbing the peace. And I said, well, did you at least like the music? And she goes, no, not really. Have a nice day, sir. So the story gets better, okay? I get this ticket, and I'm going, God, she didn't even warn us, man. We would have turned it all off and, stopped. But she gave me this citation. So I had a court date where I had to appear, like the next week or two. So I go into the court, and there's all these people getting their misdemeanor charges, and they call my name. And they said, do you have anything to say? And I said, well, I was playing the music too loud. But she didn't even warn me. She just gave me this. And the judge said, well, you broke the law, $25 fine, pay on your way out. I'm thinking, dude, I just spent all my money on a record of beer. I didn't know I had to pay that day. So I said, okay, I got to go to the bank and get whatever I had, and I paid the ticket. So David Sanborn, I love you, but you blemished my perfect criminal record.
It's a great bunch of guys, isn't it? It's a real honor to play with this band. I met Sanborn when I was at school at University of Miami. My teacher was Gary Campbell. I don't know if anybody here, he's just a fire breather here in town. Lucky to have him. So anyway, Gary knew that I was a really big Sanborn fan. And so when Sanborn came into town, he invited me to come hang out with them. And so David was really nice, and I thought I was going to be listening to playing or like give me advice on doing stuff, and it wasn't. I sat and listened to those guys talk about college. They were roommates at Indiana when they were going to school. And anyhow, Sanborn, I heard him kind of tell the story. He had polio. Do you all know that? He was pretty severely disabled. And I got to thinking about it. Coming from that low of it saved his life. I mean, the doctor said, well, you're interested in music. A wind instrument would help build your lungs. The fingerings would be good for your dexterity and stuff like that. And just to think that he came from that, like, almost deathbed to establishing an entire school of saxophone playing that everybody loves. So, yeah. So I saw him a few more times after that. He recognized me right away, but he kept calling me Jay, and I was like, "My name, it's Kenny." That's Kenny. But anyhow, so I'm gonna introduce the next song. Sanborn did a lot of movie stuff, so Lethal Weapon movies, a few others. Well, there was a movie that I really loved that came out late 80s. It was called Tequila Sunrise. And we have one of those songs. No one's ever remade it or anything, so I thought we'd play it for you tonight. Isn't that a great tune?
Didn't Kenny Anderson play that great? Come on. So beautiful, man. Wow. Yeah. Is it all right if we do a few more for y'all tonight? All right. Let's do it. Let's do it. You guys might know this song. It's a classic. Reinhardt. Come on. Thank you all so much. David Sanborn's version of the classic Coming Home Baby. Well, we can't leave without playing this next song. Well, we'll see. Yeah. So, you know, it's so cool. I was at that concert I talked about, Tampa Bay Black Heritage Festival, when I was 14, 15 years old, and I loved listening to Sanborn. I mean, that show was huge for me. It was so impactful that this song has become one of my favorites. And I even have the iPhone recording that I took on my iPhone 6. I transferred it over somehow, and I got it on this one, on voice memos. You know, who even knows how that app works? So I got it on this. It's one of my favorite songs of his. Like, it's hard to even put it in words, so I'm just going to play it for you guys. Yeah, I'm not going to say anything else. I'm just going to play it. That's the dream. Thank you all so much. Give it up for Sanborn. Let's hear it for David Sanborn, the legend. Man, I love that song. Real quick, love you too. I want to say a special thank you to the people that made this happen tonight. Is that all right? All right. First of all, the one and only, the man behind Sound Merchandise and Sip and Mingle, Mark Davis. Mark is such an amazing guy, bringing this music to South Florida. This is the new home for jazz, and I recommend you guys talk to Mark, get on his email list, because he is bringing some amazing shows this year. I'm lucky to be part of 3 of them already. So from the very beginning, Mark, I love what you're doing, and thank you so much for doing this. And also, he loves the music and he plays the music. He is a badass musician himself. So, oh yeah. All right. Next, I want to thank Crazy Uncle Mike's. You guys loving Crazy Uncle Mike's? We got Beth Rudolph here. Crazy Uncle Mike's. We thank you guys so much for letting us have this Sip and Mingle event tonight, right here with you. Get up for Danny on the sound tonight, making us sound good over there. My man Danny, thank you so much, man. You do such a great job. I think we should play another one. What do you think? Well, real quick, before we get into this last song, I want a little more of Tim George. You guys want some more of Tim George? Hey!
How's that for a David Sanborn tribute? Is that not something he would be immensely proud of? Peter Mongaya on guitar. The fabulous Tim George on bass, bringing the funk. Dave Reinhardt on drums. Kenny Anderson on sax. Ron Reinhardt on keys. Y'all give it up for him one more time. As a matter of fact, I have an idea. We should gang up on them, and we cannot let them leave this stage alive without playing another song. Y'all come take a bow before y'all play another song. We need that. We are going to need that. Thank you all for coming out. I'm going to come back and say a few final words, but we need one more.
All right, we'll do one more. All right, we got one more for y'all. Y'all stay up, stand it up. Come on, let's have some fun with this one.
All right, come on, get those. You gotta have a shuffle to end the night. Nothing like a shuffle. Every audience likes a shuffle. I don't care what kind of music you get. Hey, everybody, let's have some fun. You only live once, 'cause when you're dead, you're done. So let a good time roll. Come on, let the good time roll. I don't care if you're young or old. You gotta get together and let the good time roll. Hey, everybody, don't feel it cheap. You gotta have a good time if you wanna spend some cheap. You let a good time roll. Well, let the good times roll. I don't care if you're young or old. You gotta get together and let the good time roll. Let me have that intro again, boy. Come on, Kyle. Tanner, boy. We got Kenny on sax and Kyle throwing down. We got the rest of the boys having fun, just messing around. But don't let nobody sell us cheap. We got 50 cents more than we're gonna keep. So let the good time roll. Let the good time roll. I don't care if you're young or old. You gotta get together and let a good time roll. Sing it back to me. Well, let the good time roll. 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 I don't care if you're young or old. You gotta get together and let the good time roll. Come here, let the good time roll. Let it roll, young or old, fat or skinny, short or fat, I don't care. You gotta everybody have a great time. Let the good times roll. All right. Kyle Schroeder, Kenny Anderson, Ron Reinhardt, Dave Reinhardt, Peter Mangaya.
Let them roll some more. No, but y'all please give it up. Our all-star David Sanborn tribute band. Again, Peter Mungaya, Tim George, Kenny Anderson, Dave Reinhardt, Ron Hart, and my brother, Kyle Schroeder. Let me step out the way so y'all can take a bow. Oh, hey, all right.
Join us.